Dollar Pickle Records. Dollar Pickle Records.
Hello, my name is Massey Flood. I'm from Longford, but I'm down here in the small village of Carrigallen in the County Leitrim. Came down this evening for a bit of social interaction, and I'm just making this video in the toilet of one of the pubs because I went into a pub earlier on this evening and there was nobody to talk to me, and the barman was a girl, and she seemed to be zoned out completely and no interest in talking to me. And then I went into another pub over the way and there was a good crowd in it, and I was trying to let them know that I was up for a bit of crack.
Your dad's a rat. And you're out on his worms.
Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the Dollar Pickle audio experience. Yet another special episode for you lucky people. It is me, your pal, your mensch, Mr. Pickle, and we're here for another odyssey through North Kerry Eyes. That tune that just led you in there was a legendary tune in Dollar Pickle lore, even though it's only been out since June of this year. That was a song by The Riff That Shakes the Missus, and the song is called This Is the Song I Play for Your Missus while she wanks me off in the disabled toilet of some manky pub in Louth. A true Dollar Pickle classic there. And that's off our summer compilation that we released there over the summer. Like I said, it was in June. It's from the fabulously titled Big Tom Posting and Dollar Pickle present Summer Songs Rory Gallagher would listen to if he were alive and not dead, because dead people can't listen to music. You can find that at gitrashposting.bandcamp.com. So yeah, we're back. We have important news to talk about later on in the show. We'll get to that. How are you doing? You doing great? I hope you're doing class. We're going to keep going with it. Like I said, we're going to talk a little bit more. We're going to bang into a track now from the magnificent Young Ferns Report. One.
Money, money, I've got loads of money. 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 Money, money, I've got
If you don't fuck with Pickle Records, well then, you're just a trick-ass bitch.
Fabulous stuff there from Young Fern's report with Have You Tried Being Middle Class? It's worked for me since 1997. And you know what? A fantastic point made there at the end of the track. If you don't, in fact, fuck with Pickle, you are a trick-ass bitch. We've been saying this since we started, and people just ain't biting. They are, like, so many trick-ass bitches out there today. But yeah, that is off Young Fern's Report's album, The Legacy, or Da Legacy of Sean Fortune. This is his first album. It's actually the first track off his first album. And you can find that at youngfernsreport.bandcamp.com. Wonderful stuff available there for the adventurous listener. Just like everything else we do. Just like everything else we do. So, as I said earlier, yeah, episode 6, it's a big one for us. We're gonna just give y'all a few snips of the news as we go through the show. So the first snip is, from what we understand, from what we think is happening, this will probably be the last show we have that is available on podcasting platforms and, unfortunately, on YouTube as well. Now, I'm going to see if I could perhaps get them on YouTube, but I don't want to upset anybody. You'll understand later when the next snip of the news is given to you. But that unfortunately means, no more fancy YouTube premieres, and, we're sorry about that. But it's all worth it. It's all worth it. And I'll give you the second snip right after this. This is a first wave release, and it's one of the fucking weirder ones, and we'll talk about it after it. Nice one. That was, again, a first wave release from Cokewank, and that tune was called Smasher O'Driscoll. That album, again, was found in the vault, as I was talking about last week. We found a load of first wave releases. That was one. That album, we thought, long gone. We thought it disappeared, never to be found again. But we found it. What people don't know about that record, it came out within the first couple of weeks we were in operation. So we didn't get a time to talk about it all that much because the releases were coming thick and fast. But what people didn't know at the time is Cokewank is actually Declan Spring from Fat Sex. So, it's the only solo album Declan ever released. As we know, Sean Tobin, still rather prolific with it. But, that was the only solo album Declan Spring released under the name of Cokewank. And that's off the album I'm a Find Your Boy and Ride 'em. And it might be on the Bandcamp by the time this show comes out. It might not. If it is, I'll have a link in the description there, along with the links to most of the other tunes we have today. So, yeah, good man Declan. I hear talk of a Fat Sex reunion. We're going to see how that one goes. We're going to keep moving. We're going to do another track off of a compilation. And this tune, again, just like the first tune we played from The Riff That Shakes the Misses, who are compilation only, this is another person, I think this is the only compilation they ever actually gave a track to. But this is a track from our Christmas compilation last year from Jackie Deluxe. Excellent. Jackie Deluxe there with a track off of last year's Christmas compilation called Pyongyang by Christmas, aka I Am Your New Dad, whether you like it or not, parenthesis, large chip and a can of Fanta. So yeah, for Christmas compilation last year, it's coming up. Details, well, this year's Christmas compilation is coming up. Details will be released in the next couple of weeks, I'd imagine. We're going to see how we're going to plan it out. And we're going to try and figure that one out. But it's going to be great crack, as all our compilations usually are. I encourage anybody to submit to it when the details are out there. But yeah, I've another snip of news. So, I suppose I'll just get into the meat and bones of it now. I feel like we're far enough into the show where if you're in, you're in. And if you weren't in, you probably played the track. You know, you probably played the whole thing from the beginning. Maybe skipped through a couple of bits and pieces. You're probably not going to be stopping on me talking. But yeah, so essentially, it's been a whirlwind week here for us at Dollar Pickle, where inexplicably, the good people at Dublin Digital Radio have decided to, take on the Dollar Pickle audio experience. It's fairly class. I'm delighted. Why they have given us a show, that's anyone's guess. But, it's happening, and we can't wait for it. It's an exciting new time here for us at Dollar Pickle. It's just further proof that this joke has gone way too far than it should have ever done. And yeah, so starting next week, Tuesday, the 19th of November, we're going to be on Dublin Digital Radio every 2 weeks. So every second Tuesday, starting from next week, from 2 to 3 o'clock Irish time in the day, we're going to be on. We're going to be on Dublin Digital Radio, and we're going to be on Mixcloud then afterwards, courtesy of the wonderful people at Dublin Digital Radio. So you'll still be able to listen on the go, but we're going to be, broadcasted, and we can't wait. But that is why we're moving from the podcast platform. That's why we're moving away from the YouTube premieres. It's a better thing, and we can't wait. So that's the big news we had. Nothing major, no one dying. So yeah, Dublin Digital Radio starting next Tuesday, the 19th of November, will be the new home for the Dollar Pickle audio experience. It'll be the new home for Mr. Pickle, and of course Little Harper X, who is in studio with us as always. So with that being said, we are going to keep it rolling with another track that was sent in just for the show. I'm loving this, honest to Christ. So I'm not really going to say too much about it because I actually haven't listened to it. But this is a tune from Flu Strength Darren. This track is called This Is a Form of Abuse. Enjoy it. that was Flu Strength Darren again with This Is a Form of Abuse. Again, sent in just for the show. Big thanks to Flu Strength Darren for sending in a track. Wonderful stuff there. And we once again encourage any and all people to send in anything they just want played in the show, whether you're planning on doing a record or it's just a once off or whatever. Send it in, we put it on the show, and we'll eventually put out a compilation with all the audio experience only tracks. So yeah, we're gonna move on to a very exciting one, actually. As you know, you regular what the fuck is wrong with me today? As you regular listeners might know, we try and shy away from playing real music, good music. We, some tracks might be, good to some people. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But this is an actual good track that we're playing. They sent it on to me there last week. The entire thing is class. And yeah, we'll go into a few more details about it afterwards. But yeah, this is a hot new track off an upcoming EP from our good friend Numbertheory. And I hope you enjoy it, because I definitely did. So, well, you didn't you? Fucking class stuff, high. There, from Numbertheory. And that track is called Something Has Been Here. And that's off his upcoming Horrible EP that is out on November 29th. And we can't wait for that. It's fucking class. And that also featured the vocal talents of Jake O'Driscoll. You might know him from the band God Alone. Look at all these real musicians being played here at the Dollar Pickle Audio Experience. Unprecedented. But we have to retain some level of legitimacy as we're about to go on to the radio. We have to convince people that this is a real radio show. It's difficult, but we're trying. So yeah, I apologize. I'm currently eating my lunch. I'm having one of those American pot noodles. You know, I've been living here for 3 years and I've never had one of these. And it's shit, let me tell you. It's no pot noodle or even a coca pot. I'm not going to lie, fucking coca pots are better than the regular pot noodle. You can fight me about it if you don't agree. I'm starving, I'm sorry. I know I could have waited. I know I can wait for while the songs are playing. It's lunchtime. The fuck do you expect me to do? But yeah, we're going to bear into the next one. This next act won't care that I ate right before a song. To Numbertheory and Jake O'Driscoll, I do apologise for eating after your song. But who we're playing next will not care. This is a song from Whores. The man Whores. that was, quite frankly, I'd be flattered if someone tried to steal my semen by Whores. And that's off of his album that came out over the summer there, called Nobody Has Worked Harder Than Me. You can find that at whorestheperson.bandcamp.com. Whore's a very prolific artist. We haven't heard from him in a few months, but always been one of our more prolific artists. We're still looking for his first wave releases, and if we do come across him, we will let you know. And it'll be great. It'll be absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. Sorry, I'm just finishing this off. Do you ever drink it might sound weird, like, the water at the end of a pot noodle, it turns into like a soup, you have the veg and everything there. Do you ever drink that back at the end of it? Because I always do. And my father once said it was fucking weird for doing it. So, he's one of those lads, if he makes a pot noodle or any sort of noodle, he just drains all the water out of it. I think it's rank. But I enjoy it. I'm not sure what your opinions are. My father has weird opinions on food. But if you need your hair cut and you're ever in Tralee, call into him. He do a great job. Great fucking job. So we've another brand new. It's not exclusive to us. This is a weird one. So he sent this track to us for the show today, but he will be, as far as I understand, he still hasn't sent it on to, we're going to say, his masters over at Scauldwave Records. So he sent it to us to play on the show, but it's going to be part of an album that he's working on. He informs me that the album is going to be called Disco Mass. And so he's still working on it, but this is a finished tune from it. Apologies to Damo Furlong if he's upset that I'm playing this tune first. But we need content. We need the content. So this is a track from BIGTASTYFAMOUS off of his apparently upcoming album, Disco Mass. And it's called First Reading, a reading from the Book of the Apocalypse. Sounds interesting.
The first reading. The first reading. The first reading. The first reading. The first reading is a reading from the Book of the Apocalypse. I, John, saw another angel rising where the sun rises, carrying the seal of the living God. Saw another angel rising where the sun rises, carrying the seal of the living God. He called in a powerful voice to the four angels whose duty was to devastate land and sea. Wait, before you do any damage on land or at sea, or to the trees, until we have put the seal on the foreheads of the servants of our God. Then I heard how many were sealed, 144,000, out of all the tribes of Israel. After that I saw a huge number, impossible to count, of people from every nation, race, tribe and language. People from every nation, race, tribe and language. Of people from every nation, race, tribe and language. Of people from every nation, race, tribe and language. They were standing in front of the throne and in front of the Lamb, dressed in white robes and holding palms in their hands. They shouted aloud, "Victory to our God who sits on the throne, and to the Lamb." And all the angels who were standing in a circle round the throne, surrounding the elders and the four animals, prostrated themselves before the throne, and touched the ground with their foreheads, worshipping God with these words, Amen. Praise and glory and wisdom and thanksgiving, and honor and power and strength. Praise and glory and wisdom and thanksgiving, and honor and power and strength. Praise and glory and wisdom and thanksgiving, and honor and power and strength. One of the elders then spoke and asked me, "Do you know who these people are, dressed in white robes, and where they have come from?" I answered, "You can tell me, my lord." Then he said, "These are the people who have been through the great persecution, and they have washed their robes white again in the blood of the Lamb." The word of the Lord.
Incredible new track there from Big Tasty Deluxe. And again, that track was called First Reading, a reading from the Book of the Apocalypse. And that's off of his apparently upcoming album entitled Disco Mass. We'll see how that goes, but that sounded very promising to begin with. Yeah, we're really trucking along with the show today, lads. We've got 3 tracks left. 3 belters. But we're gonna sit and talk about the move and reminisce about the 6 weeks that we've been doing this. I mean, we've only been doing it 6 weeks. But, here we are. No one has listened to us. Yet here we are. I mean, I just think that people need Dollar Pickle in their lives. Subconsciously they know it, and that's why we're moving to a nice little radio platform, digital radio. It's the future. On that note, fuck RTE. I'm fairly sure anyone listening to this knows why. Like, 2XM kind of, it was always there, it was always on during my first few while in college. And I don't know, it's just upsetting to see them get rid of their digital radio platforms. Just figured I'd lash it out there. On a similar topic, fuck Fine Gael, fuck Fianna Fáil, fuck the Labour Party, fuck the majority of them. Jesus, it's gotten very dour. But yeah, fuck them all. That's what I say, and I'm sure that's what a lot of you out there say. If you support Fine Gael or Fianna Fáil, stop fucking listening to us. Great crack. Keep it moving. This is a track from Kerry's Finest Wetzers. great track there from Kerry's Finest Wetzers. That track was called Lucy Kennedy Space Center, and it's from the EP Of All the People You Could Bump Into on the Way to a Referendum. A track that, well, an entire EP that was submitted to us here at Dollar Pickle, but didn't gain a lot of traction, mostly due to the fact that they decided to charge a tenner for a 3-track EP. A 3-track North Kerry Noise EP at that. But yeah, you can listen to it and you can buy it if you want from Kerry's Finest Wetzers.bandcamp.com. It's the only EP they've released. But yeah, it's a good one though. Tenor aside, you know, it is a good one. But yeah, just so much new North Kerry noise today, and new tracks in general. I mean, like, we have said from the start, while we are North Kerry noise based, we're not just going to play North Kerry noise. We want to kind of celebrate all the weird shit that does be coming out of rural Ireland, and, you know, people from rural Ireland who might not still be there anymore, like myself. But yeah, we're close to the end. 2 tracks left. Kind of a somber moment. I love doing the YouTube premieres. I love doing the podcasts. But the show will remain the same. And I feel like playing this next track is going to ground us. It's going to help us remember our roots, help us remember where we came from. I've had quite a few requests from a few people to play this song on the show. It's a track from our very, 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 very first compilation that we did in association with the good folks at GI Trash Posting. So this is a track off of the first annual charity Porno Grind compilation. It's, I suppose you could actually call it a Porno Grind song. There were a few of them on that. And this is a track from Ballymartle GAA Official. It's called Seaman Tsunami.
I was with your mother in a restaurant. I took her out to dinner. I was still horny as fuck from riding the whole of her the night before. The restaurant had good reviews on Yelp. They fucking lied. It was shit. Your mother was complaining. The steak was too dry. I can fix this, I said, with a grin. I hopped up on the table and whipped out my cock. I'm going to give you some sauce, I said as I started jerking. Soon I was ready to come. Semen started flying. Sweet relief. But something was wrong. I could not stop coming. I could not stop coming. Even your whore mother was getting scared. The semen was flowing off the table and covering the floor. People began to flee the restaurant, screaming. I was still coming. There was no end in sight. The semen kept flowing, filling up the restaurant, bursting out the doors. And still no end in sight to this atrocity. Soon my mammoth load became a threat to the whole town. Entire streets engulfed by the seed. Holy fuck, what have I done? Holy fuck, what have I done? The stench, the stench. People began drowning and swept away. Oh, the humanity. The deluge was like a tsunami of semen tsunami. A tsunami of semen tsunami. A tsunami of semen tsunami. Semen tsunami.
A bona fide North Kerry noise classic there from Ballymartle GAA Official with Semen Tsunami And again, that's off our very, 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 very first compilation that we did with GI Trash Posting. Harper, Cam, as I always say, office dog, secretary, little Harper X. She's got a treat, and she's just going 90 with it, you know. So she needs to calm down a bit. But yeah, that North Kerry Noise Classic, again, first compilation that we did, GI Trash Posting. I forgot the password to that page, as I said last week, but as of today, that album is now on the regular GI Trash Posting page. You can get it for free. You can download it if you want. I don't know why, but yeah, one of our better compilations, but I think all of our compilations are great. I think they're the best thing in Irish music right now. Many would disagree, but they're wrong. They're very wrong. Yeah, you can get that now. GI Trash Posting, bandcamp.com, along with all of the other compilations that we've done. And we're going to be announcing the submissions for the next Pyongyang by Christmas. As I said earlier, that'll be going up in the next couple of weeks. Brilliant. But alas, this brings us to the end of the show. At the end of our final, is it a podcast? Is it a YouTube show? At least next week, we will be fully able to say that we're a radio show, and we can stop all that fucking confusion. And I understand the confusion's probably only on my end, but I don't like being confused. Nobody does. But yeah, I mean, we've only been doing this for 6 weeks, and we're already moving to somewhere with a bit of a reputation, who, for whatever reason, wants what we're offering. And that's magnificent. Like, as I've gone into bits of the North Kerry Noise story before, but this was literally started as a joke between myself and my mate when we were living together, and it has just spiraled from there. We said that we were going to stop it once someone started paying us for gigs. We didn't do that. Like, we started with the intention of doing one gig. We played that one gig. Then people inexplicably started booking us in nice venues all over the country. We said we'd stop it once we started getting paid. Someone paid us. We didn't stop. And it's just fucking snowballed from there to the point where now someone, like intelligent people who know what they're doing, have given us a radio show. That's mental. We can't wait for it. Logically, the next step is television. So we're just going to keep this fucking thing going until it just dies, until it just burns up in a fucking fire. That'll probably be my cause. I'll have probably caused it. But either way, we're here, and we're going to finish you off with a fantastic track from our partners and affiliates at Scauldwave Records. We already played a new track from BIGTASTYFAMOUS, and now we're going to finish off the last ever and 6th ever podcast, YouTube, whatever the fuck it is. We're going to finish off the 6th episode of the show with a track from the returning White Boys. Now, they're Scauldwave legends. They are making a comeback in 2020. This is off what I believe is a Nightcore remix album of, a whole bunch of their tunes. And we said that we'd give it a play to hype the return of White Boys. So yeah, we will see you next week, November 19th, Tuesday, November 19th, next week, 2 o'clock, Dublin Digital Radio. It's going to be fantastic. We love you. Thank you so much. Please follow us over there. This is White Boys with Ballymun Towers Nightcore. Shout out Scauldwave. Shout out Damo Furlong. Shout out North Kerry Noise. Shout out every single one of you who's helped us out here. And I fucking mean that. See you next week, Dublin Digital Radio. White Boys, Ballymun Towers Nightcore.
Casino,